Today we have recorded Prelude, and it's from the internet. It is on YouTube, and so we're trying to retrieve it. And so I believe our magical sound person is pulling it together. So if you will just calmly be patient, and you can use this time to settle in. Thank you.
Everything moves, everything swings. The pulse of time in invisible strings. The tide goes out, the tide comes in. Cycles of loss, cycles begin. Nothing stays, it breathes, it turns. The lesson repeats until one learns. Every rhythm divine in pace moves creation through sacred space. High to low, and back again. Life ascends, descends, sustains. The pendulum swings, it knows no pause. Motion eternal, affecting cause. The moon retreats, the sun will rise. The same old dance across the skies. From joy to grief, from peace to pain. The current flows through each domain. Every season tells the law. Birth, decay, the hitting draw. You cannot hold the upward climb. You must descend in rhythm's time. The wise don't fight the cosmic beat. They move their steps with measured feet. They ride the low with quiet grace and wait for the high to take its place. When winter bites, remember spring. When silence hums, the choir sing. When you fall deep, don't curse the night. You'll rise again through rimming light. For nothing dies, it only sleeps. The pulse of life forever keeps. Flow with the wave, not against its hand. For rhythm builds what chaos plans. The fool resists, the sage aligns. He reads the pulse between the lines. Every sorrow hides its peak. Every high descends unique. The tide that drops will always climb in harmony with sacred time. The river bends but never breaks. It flows to form creation takes. Each soul breathes in, then out again. A timeless loop through joy and pain. The universe inhales and sighs. Stars collapse and new ones rise. The pendulum's path, both left and right, draws the arc from dark to light. Opposites meet in rhythmic spin. The wave begins where it ends within. Every heart holds the cosmic drum. Its beat repeats where we are from. Your mood, your thoughts, they ebb and flow. Like ocean tides, they come, they go. The law remains through every strain. No joy forever, no endless pain. The rhythm heals, the rhythm breaks. It gives, it takes, it recreates. If you follow, don't fear the space. The swing returns with equal grace. Don't grip the joy, don't flee the shade. Just move within the world you made. Control the swing, don't let it rule. For rhythm serves the conscious tool. You are not the wave, you are the sea. Unmoved, aware, infinity. The masters learn to slow the swing. To stay in center, observing things. They rise above, they don't resist. They move through change like flowing mist. For when you know the law inside, you surf the change, you do not hide. The pendulum's pull becomes your friend. You ride the rhythm to ascend. So when life dips, don't call it curse. It's just the breath of the universe. Expansion, contraction, the cosmic art. Each pulse repairs the broken part. All motion breathes, all matter grows through rhythmic laws. The spirit knows the law rhythm. The unwritten guide teaches flow, not fight but tide. Every atom, every star beats to the same eternal bar. Up and down, night and day, the same pattern lights the way. You are rhythm pure and deep. In your pulse, the cosmos sleeps. Everything flows, nothing's confined. The song of time within the mind.
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Pensacola today. If you're new here, welcome. Hope you find a spot or space that's comfortable for you to be here and to join us today and any other time that you choose to be with us. I ask you to please silence those little things that go ding to remind you to take your medicine, to stand up, to sit down, to be on time. Thank you. If you're watching online, we welcome you. We welcome you wherever you are globally. And at some point, maybe you'll be here in the sanctuary with us. We are a lay-led congregation. If this is your first time or second or third time visiting with us, don't consider yourself a visitor. Just consider yourself joining us for today and any other time that you choose to return. You will find that today's service will be very different than next week's service, and it may be different than next week's service, but we will have a service. Classically, I forget announcements. I think it's interesting today we don't have any. So the congregation has been really sweet to me, and there were a couple announcements that were on that are going to happen in the next week or so, but we don't have any announcements today. So I think that people are on vacation, they're enjoying their summer, and they're doing whatever they want to do, they just aren't announcing it. For our chalice lighting today, as rhythm is more than just one beat of music or one pattern of sound, let the light of this chalice remind us that we are in the reflection of our connection to the world. With that in mind, we had someone come to our church at one point, a little over a year ago, that has made a significant impact in our congregation. And sometimes one person comes into a congregation and begins to shake it up. And this is what she did. She is missing in our sound and music section today because she is in the hospital. She is on life support, and it is not expected that she will come back in a way in which she can join with us or most people in the world. She has not passed, but I think it's appropriate to light a candle today in the transition of her in where she will go from here. Hollywood E. Jones joined our congregation in a way that no one else could, and shook us up or touched us in some way, significantly close, sometimes irritatingly close, sometimes laughingly close, but she led with love. And we are going to sing a song of hers today, and we will have time to talk about her during joys and sorrows. So I will light this one single candle on our table in honor of the time we've spent with her and the transition that she will be making in whatever way that comes to be. May it be so. We have some opening words. Everything carries its own frequency, and when we attune to our personal rhythm, we become better able to align with the greater harmony of the universe. Discovering your rhythm through sound is a transformative journey. It invites you to engage deeply with music, ambient sound, your breath, and even the cadence of your own voice to awaken your creativity and perhaps that of others. It sharpens our focus, it supports our health, and it supports and it affects our overall well-being, allowing you to embrace life more fully in each moment through sound. Now we're going to have some centering music that we would like for you to join in. You may remain seated if you would like. It will be a number 1009, and the choir will come up to lead it. It's the meditation on breathing.
When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. I'm breathing in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. We'll do one more. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out
And if you will stand and join us for the opening hymn, 1024, in the same hymnal.
shout. Spirit says shout. Spirit says shout. Spirit says shout. You've got to do what the Spirit says do. You've got to do what the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, you've got to do. You've got to do what the Spirit says do. 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 Spirit says do.
I think the Spirit says, stay standing, and we will say our covenant together. So join us in our covenant. The words are on the screen. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its law. This is our covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. And I believe the Spirit says you may be seated. This is a time in our service when we do not record and put it onto video because we honor the people that are here that share from their heart things that are on their heart, joys and sorrows, concerns. And we invite you to come forward and use the microphone. We ask that you say your name and your pronouns. We also invite you to be as succinct as possible, which is really a misnomer for you to use, but we try it. We search to kind of get there. Excuse me. And the first pebble that we'll put in the water will be for those things that are heavy on our hearts universally around the world, and things that we think of outside of this congregation or gathering and yet impact us also. So Now, our children have come back. They were all in their space having a great time, and we invited them back to hear the Time for All Ages. So I'm going to invite Elise up to speak to the Time for All Ages, and then we will sing them out. I did not put the words on the screen for us to sing out. I'm hoping that memory brings back the tune for the congregation to sing it out. And if you are new today, just join in, just say some word. It doesn't really matter. And the note doesn't matter either. Elise.
Hi, I'm here. I'm very excited. So, before I do anything, can we all just please take a deep breath and release it? And know that with each breath continuing and moving forward, we will get through all challenges of life. A time for all ages. Where are all the youngins? Let's see. Anybody want to come up front and play with me? Anyone want to come up here?
Come on.
Okay, fine. Come on. Come on. Come on up here. It can be children of any age. I'm the biggest one.
This one wants to move and has the entire hour, so this is her time to
Whatever you want to.
shine. Come on up. Got her?
Will you do me a favor and hold this?
Oh, wow. That's a big.
Will you hold that? Now look. Will you twirl it? Do you like to twirl? Look. Make noise. Come on. What is that doing? You want to twirl it back? Can we share? Somebody else want to twirl it? Yeah. You have to twist it. Twist it. Well, you're going to hang on a minute. We're on pause.
Say that again.
What?
What is this? Is that what you said? What is this?
No.
What is this?
Does anyone else want to try this?
He wants to know what it is.
It is called a rain stick. And did you know that that's made of nature?
But what is size? See?
So this rain stick, for those of you who don't know, is made of nature. It grows. It is in the reed category. It grows through all kinds of island nations and rainforest around the world. And what is making the noise is the seeds. And if this reed had not been cut and dried and sealed at the end, then as the plant grows, has a life cycle, maybe has some bad storms, maybe fights some disease, it's allowed to go back to earth and plant its seeds. So that's a rain stick. In light of me being barefoot because of all the rain, let's quit playing it because we might get a deluge. Okay, you ready? You gonna help me out again? Give me your hands like this. Isn't that cool? Let's show you. You want to do it? Put your hands on either side and go back and forth and make your ocean. Do you hear the ocean? Yeah.
What?
Whatever you want to say.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to dance, don't you? You want to try? Okay. Hang on, I know you're looking at this. You can pass it around. Can you guys hear that? So this is one of the most ancient instruments on recorded history. Of course, this is the modern day version, but it is called a seed wave drum. Ancient indigenous people would make it with different plant leaves and seeds in containers. And today it has been studied and proven that 10 minutes of making your personal ocean lowers your blood pressure, stops anxiety, and balances all your systems. It is an amazing therapeutic tool, and you might want Nancy to tell you how she felt about when it's connected with people doing it in a room.
What am I supposed to say?
How you felt when we were in the
Oh, oh yeah. It's fantastic. Hearing them be discord of one another and hearing them come together as a community of sound.
I know I'm going a little longer, but we have interest and that matters. So my bowls are made of quartz, and they are the same silica that is present in every cell of our bodies. It is present in almost all life that has enough evolution to allow for silica. And so with my singing bowls or with singing bowls such as this, the resonance within our body is a little more profound. I'm going to go there in my service. So for all you kids that are going, I want to know more, you will. So are you guys ready? You want to hear this? Ready? You want to stop that for me for a minute? You guys want to hear this? Ready? Wow, right? It is the acoustics within the inside the bowl. What's that? Yeah. And then you can tamp it. Thanks for your assistance. You can tamp. Yeah, you can tamp it. Look. And you can also go. There's no, not with that one. Not with that one. Here, you want to try it? Come here. Go around the outside. Not with that one, baby girl. Here, here. Go right around the edge. You want to try it? Okay. Keep it on the lip of the bowl. Let me help you. You're doing it. Do you hear it? You're doing it. Yeah. You want to try it? I got to get off my feet. You're a little taller. You want to try it? She was next. Hang on. Wait a minute. She was next. Let me help you a little. Don't put your hand on it. So you go like that. Ready? I'm going to let go. Keep going. Round in a circle. Look at this. You did it.
Do that crystal wine glasses too.
I got to hold this. You just go around the end. I got to hold it.
With your finger.
A little tight. Hold it here. There you go. So, all the various sounds and tools I use in my practice, these are all things you can do. And instead of maybe being real angry, or if you're sad, or if you're just really happy and you want to bang on it, they can accent your life in ways that you cannot even imagine. Thank you for your time, you guys. Thank you.
Good job. We're going to sing the children out. Now in peace, go now in joy. Okay, the Spirit. I don't remember having that many wiggles on our stage in a very long time. Yeah, how wonderful is that? And so I'm going to introduce Elise a little more clearly. And this is her bio. Oh, we have an offertory? Oh, that would be a good idea. All right. I am so glad that I forgot something. I hold up my reputation really well. Okay, this is our time that we are able to give back monetarily. Some of us do automatic payments online, so the baskets are not necessarily indicative of the amount of money that we gather, but we are lay-led. We are also self-sustaining, so any contribution that you make goes to this congregation in sustaining the lights and the community together. And we will have a song at this time from that was introduced to us by Hollywood. And the music is, the words are on the screen. You may remember this song from before, but it is so indicative of how Hollywood lived.
Everything is love, everything about you, baby, now. Everything is love, why is love of you, you. Everything is love, everything my heart is beeping now. Everything is love, why is love of you, you. Come on, baby, now. Everything my heart you sweetly now. Everything is love, why is love of you, you. We'll sing it one more time. Everything is love, everything about you, baby, now. Everything is love, why is love of you, you. Verse 2 now, right? Come on, baby, love. Everything my heart is beeping now. Everything is love, why is love of you, love you sweetly now. Everything is love. What is love? Oh, you.
We'll take a moment just to pause. You know a little bit about our speaker today just by how she played with the kids, but I'm going to speak to her official bio. Over her 38 years career as a hairdresser, Elise has seen many changes in hairstyles. Boy, have we. Go back and look at our pictures. And the fashion industry as a whole. But fortunately, believing that knowledge is power, Elise has many interests and also degrees. This has given her opportunities in her professions, one being research and development, creating new environmentally friendly and innovative global hair products. This is very important to Elise, and honestly, she quotes, "I love being a part of making amazing products that are striving to be better for humans, animals, as well as the environment." After having a life-changing accident early in her life, Elise was introduced to the magnificent power of sound, its healing capacities, and she has managed her own personal chronic pain with sound for over 40 years. This experience has led her to become a nationally certified sound healer and life coach. She's guided by the belief that holistic healing must encompass not only the mind, but the body and the spirit. Elise believes that we're all one and that healing needs to be all-inclusive to harmonize the body, mind, and spirit. Elise approaches her work with clients by listening attentively, seeking to understand their unique circumstances, and assisting them in overcoming obstacles that may hinder the achievement of their aspirations and goals. And I invite Elise Boren forward. Thank you.
Emotions of any kind are produced by melody and rhythm. Therefore, by music, man becomes accustomed to the feeling and emotions created. This music has the power to form one's character. Aristotle. Today, I am so happy to have the opportunity to share a little bit of my knowledge with you on the power of sound healing. Honestly, I feel like I'm sharing a grain of sand on a very large beach. You guys can relate to that. By definition, sound therapy uses sound, music, and specialized instruments played in therapeutic ways, combined with deep self-reflection techniques to improve health and well-being. Sound waves, as they travel through a medium such as water, like our bodies, it gets absorbed and caught in the molecules within the water. The water actually changes the acoustic energy of that sound wave into heat. One way that this happens is the acoustic energy of that sound wave causes the molecules of the water to start vibrating. It's similar to shaking when we get cold. Our body is making us shake to heat us up. On a molecular level, this disruption creates proper energy flow throughout your body. Just a little bit about why I'm giving you the nerdly, techie, sciencey, geeky person of me. Because I was raised by a quantum physics MD. That's why I'm a science gal and I'm a chemist at heart. And I also made it my call many years ago to not make this be woo-woo industry. Oh, that's granola. You know what I mean? I've heard that so many times. Okay. So, it's cool to be granola, okay? But at the same time, there is validity, and that's what my hope for each and every one of you is today, is to learn one little nugget that maybe piques your interest. In 2025, researchers at Kyoto University, Japan, discovered that human cells hear. They directly responded to sound waves and altered their gene expression. It refers to a process of turning on or off genes called, you ready? Here I go, big word, mechanobiology. But what they're discovering and proving is that the environmental influence on cells has the way to create physical changes. Take a deep breath and take that in. It has the ways and means to make physical changes. It actually can influence and change biological systems, all cells, tissue, and molecules within those things. The study revealed that cultured cells, when they were exposed to sound, could change behavior, such as suppressing fat cell formation and various other ailments. The research further proved that over 190 genes are sensitive to sound waves. Cells detect these vibrations through a mechanical means or a non-contact, non-pressure sensitive mechanism, and the results also aligned with the team's findings in 2018, which showed that targeted responses to sound by various techniques had a beneficial impact on stem cell. Proved it. Rhythm really is more than just a pattern of beats of music. It's an expression of our inner tempo. It's a reflection of our connection to ourselves. It's our entire world around us. Everything has its own frequency, and when we get in tune with our rhythm, we become able to be in tune with the universe as a whole. Finding your own personal rhythm through sound is an extremely transformative journey, and it invites you to engage deeply in music, ambient noises. It can be the cadence of your own heartbeat and your own vocal cords. This enables you to unlock a creativity and a focus that enlightens and enhances and assists your overall sense of well-being. It's very similar to the proven study that if you laugh a lot, you're healthier. That's been a study that was done way back in the 60s by several universities. It's the same concept of if you're feeding your body and your cells with things that suit your natural rhythm, you feel better and you are healthier. In its simplest form, rhythm is a repeated pattern of movement. That's exciting. There's the definition. But the music, if you're talking about the structure of music, it's what sets the pace to the music. It's guiding the listener and the performers alike through the rhythm that exists in that music. When in tune with your personal rhythm, you can take this down to your very footsteps and the sounds that you're making when you walk. You can take it down to the pulse of your heartbeat. You can breathe naturally with the flow of a wind through a tree. Discovering your personal rhythm means understanding your own patterns both internally and externally. And when you use these various sounds and rhythms and frequencies around you, your guide for yourself is transformative. World-renowned violinist Yo-Yo Ma has stated and quoted, "As you begin to realize that every different type of music has its own rhythm, so does language and heritage. Once realized how life changes, you can learn how to be more open and adaptive to what is around us." I knew I liked him. Frequency is the number of cycles per second. Everyone always says, what's the difference? It's measured in hertz, and just so you know, I don't read off stuff. I have these forms on the back table for all my geeks. I know you're going to go running there after the service. This is a more brain food for you. This is a bigger breakdown. But frequency is measured in hertz. So the number of cycle per second that the sound is creating, while the vibration is a physical movement and creates those cycles, think of frequency as the speed that it's doing it. The sound of light and vibration and music is actually a wave motion that is causing that. You guys get the luxury of the beach. You know the difference between waves in a storm and a calm, sunny day. It's extremely similar. Gee, think it has anything to do with it? Mastering these concepts unlocks understanding of sound, music, nature, and I have to say, quantum physics. In physics, vibration is the periodic back and forth and motion between particles in an elastic medium, water, while vibration is the physical motion that creates the waves. Frequency is the rhythm that defines the character of the sound. By definition, hertz is simply the unit of frequency equal to the cycle per second. The mass energy equivalence, E equals mc squared, that Einstein proved, states that mass can be converted into energy and vice versa. With the truth being that energy is the fundamental concept in biology and it's underlying and present in every process that sustains life. It's the underlying presence in everything that sustains life. In my sound healing practice, I use a variety of instruments. I support a person's natural energy flow, encouraging balance and promoting overall well-being. Because everything carries its own frequency, I use tuning forks up close and personal, which allows me to hone in on specific needs. while other sound tools help me create a more complete and immersive experience. I have tuning forks for every organ of the body. I have planet tuning forks. My tuning forks look like a doctor's office when they're all laid out. Why? 9 years old, I slid down a gravel hill on my face at about 25 miles an hour in Lutz, Florida, by the way. I was a very hurt little girl. 500 stitches from the neck up, 10 months in a hospital. Or actually, they moved me home because my dad was an MD. I was hurt. And thank goodness, which by the way, I just have to tell you how I didn't dance around this room to my most favorite song that you played today. This little Cajun girl was ready to move. My little Cajun mama took care of me homeopathically, and I'm grateful to say I've had no plastic surgery. But my journey began with pain. I was a 9-year-old little girl sitting in dark, cold rooms with a throw-up bucket beside me, holding my head, feeling like what was going to happen. Now that there's enough arthritis that my neck doesn't look disconnected on x-rays anymore because of the arthritis, but it's disconnected. You know, I am a person that makes doctors go, okay. The universe placed an amazing human in front of me that had been using tuning forks on her own illness. And she said, girl, you got to get off that. Because the problem is pharmaceuticals are Band-Aids. And in the early 70s, the pharmaceuticals weren't as nearly well regulated. And I was a high little girl. I mean, there's no other way to say it. And if I did take something as prescribed, I was too out of it I was a ball of gush. And guess what? I was still in pain. So now I was just really high and nauseous and in pain. I am forever grateful that Spirit and Universe decided to assist me. It was Ghosh that his theories were at the moment of commitment, the entire universe conspires to assist us. Not just who I choose, and that's energy. So by grace and everything, I was introduced to tuning forks. This is Gertrude, everybody. Meet Gertrude. Anything I live with, I have to have a name. So I take care of myself with tuning forks on a pretty daily basis, and sometimes more as needed. I'm completely medication free. Okay? And I'm not saying that because I'm all that. Okay? I'm saying it because there's options, and I share them.
And you're all that.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay. And I'm also a geek, and I believe in science. I believe in chemistry. I believe in things. And I want you guys to just have some brain food. The oldest known example of an instrument was a flute made out of a bird wing. 43 million years ago. There is an abundance of ancient prehistory and artifacts that show evidence of sound being used as healing tools. In many prehistoric cultures, women were the sound healers and the predominant healers of the village or the tribe. Earliest written records of healing with sound came from Sumatra around 4500 BC. In ancient Egypt, approximately 31 to 1085 BC, Imhotep is credited with the healing sound that was later He was deified for his magical powers. There are many other historical records dating back as far as Middle Paleolithic period. In more recent history, what we know as a common frequency in modern technologies is ultrasound and all the various imaging processes. One of my heroes, Dr. Royal Rife, was an audio frequency genius, and he studied microbes, and he began to uncover the true power of sound on the human body. In or around 1931, Dr. Rife imploded and killed a cancer cell in a petri dish with frequency. His lab was burnt to the ground. His technology today is actually known most common as ultrasound and those TENS machines. Have you ever been given a TENS machine? Well, just say thank you, Dr. Rife, because he died a pauper and had no credit. Enhanced creativity is one of the most magnificent things I experienced straight away with my rhythm, but it creates a strong connection to the world around you. It allows us the pathways to come up with the ideas or the ways and means of things we need to do to solve problems, to maybe have a better day, to maybe plan a meeting or with a team of people at an office, to maybe change the energy in the room when it's icky. Don't let the ick stick, okay? It allows for improved focus. Rhythmic sounds can actually sharpen your attention. There's a lot of people, I am one of them, that when I meditate, I must have something happening. Or I'm writing my grocery list, right? Stress reduction. I stated during the time with the children, seed wave drums, I can't keep those. I should mass produce them because 10 minutes changes people's lives. I'd rather do that and get my ocean on than pop blood pressure pills, personally. The soothing effects of rhythmic sounds, such as the waves, heartbeat-like sounds, physiologically calm your system. On a molecular level, it balances your neurons, they chill out. It tells your neurons to slow down. Instead of running the marathon, go for a stroll. The community connection that you can have created with sound. All my musicians know this. I don't have to tell you guys. Because a shared rhythmic expression, like a drum circle, it creates and fosters a connection and a thread when we get in tune with each other. When it doesn't sound like chaos, it sounds like joy. In all honesty, I could be up here another 4 hours. But what I want to let you guys know is that I thank universe and spirit for my connection to Nancy and Rose. That was a beautiful happenstance. I thank spirit and universe for allowing me to, while being away from my home little lay-led church in the mountains, to be feeling comfortable here with you. And I love that part of our family, the UU family. I love that. I am very grateful that you have allowed me time and energy. And the one thing I want you to hear is take a moment, and by tuning into your own personal rhythm and sound, whatever that is around you, it will help you connect more deeply with your life. Whether it's music, whether it's nature, whether it's the song I gave for the prelude, because that song speaks to me so huge. Please find it and then just listen. Thank you.
Thank you, Elise. I think I now understand why I play Kenny Rogers, the gambler, when I'm driving in my car going places. And it's so much fun to have the music playing of your choice. Okay, we will have one final song written by Mike, and the music will be on the slides. The words will be on the slide. The music won't be on the slides. A pulse upon a drum, if you'll stand, and we'll sing together.
Joey is gonna lead us. You got one, Joey? Yeah. And it's gonna be call and response. So we're going to create a sound bath in here as we always do with our voices.
Upon a drum, it comes from out to in and out again, a pulse upon a drum, it comes from out to in and out again, a pulse upon a drum, it comes from out to in and out again, a pulse upon a drum, it comes from out to in and out again, a pulse upon a drum, it comes from out to in and out again, a pulse.
As we extinguish our chalice, keep in mind your own personal rhythm. It enables you to unlock creativity, focus, health, and well-being. Go in peace.
Everything moves, everything swings. The pulse of time in invisible strings. The tide goes out, the tide comes in. Cycles of loss, cycles begin. Nothing stays, it breathes, it turns. The lesson repeats until one learns. Every rhythm divine in pace. Moves creation through sacred space. High to low, and back again. Life ascends, descends, sustains. The pendulum swings, it knows no pause. Motion eternal, affecting cause. The moon retreats, the sun will rise. The same old dance across the skies. From joy to grief, from peace to pain. The current flows through each domain. Every season tells the law. Birth, decay, the hitting draw. You cannot hold the upward climb. You must descend in rhythm's time. The wise don't fight the cosmic beat. They move their steps with measured feet. They ride the low with quiet grace and wait for the high to take its place. When winter bites, remember spring. When silence hums, the choir sing. When you fall deep, don't curse the night. You'll rise again through rimming light. For nothing dies, it only sleeps. The pulse of life forever keeps. Flow with the wave, not against its hand. For rhythm builds what chaos plans. The fool resists, the sage aligns. He reads the pulse between the lines. Every sorrow hides its peak. Every high descends unique. The tide that drops will always climb in harmony with sacred time. The river bends but never breaks. It flows the form creation takes. Each soul breathes in, then out again. A timeless loop through joy and pain. The universe inhales and sighs. Stars collapse and new ones rise. The pendulum's path, both left and right, draws the arc from dark to light. Opposites meet in rhythmic spin. The wave begins where it ends within. Every heart holds the cosmic drum. Its beat repeats where we are from. Your mood, your thoughts, they ebb and flow. Like ocean tides, they come, they go. The law remains through every strain. No joy forever, no endless pain. The rhythm heals, the rhythm breaks. It gives, it takes, it recreates. If you fall low, don't fear the space. The swing returns with equal grace. Don't grip the joy, don't flee the shade. Just move within the world you made. Control the swing, don't let it rule. For rhythm serves the conscious tool. You are not the wave, you are the sea. Unmoved, aware, infinity. The masters learn to slow the swing, to stay in center, observing things. They rise above, they don't resist. They move through change like flowing mist. For when you know the law inside, you surf the change, you do not hide. The pendulum's pull becomes your friend. You ride the rhythm to ascend. So when life dips, don't call it curse. It's just the breath of the universe. Expansion, contraction, the cosmic art. Each pulse repairs the broken part. All motion breathes, all matter grows through rhythmic laws. The spirit knows the law of rhythm. The unwritten guide teaches flow, not fight but tide. Every atom, every star beats to the same eternal bar. Up and down, night and day, the same pattern lights the way. You are rhythm pure and deep. In your pulse, the cosmos sleeps. Everything flows, nothing's confined. The song of time within the mind.